Believe it. Okay.
What's going on, geeks? You're listening to episode 385 of the Geeks Under Grace podcast. My name's Cody Armour. I'm here with Shelley Nollan.
Hello.
And Lj.Lowery.
Cowabunga.
And this week we're geeking out about fighting games, rolling around at the speed of sound, and the best Ninja Turtles. I'm pretty sure, the best Ninja Turtles.
Yeah.
Before we do that,
Well,
I was gonna say
There's
you
a lot
could
of good
start.
Ninja
I was
Turtles.
gonna say you could start a whole debate with that one, but
There's a lot of
yeah,
good
there's
Ninja
a
Turtles.
lot of good Ninja Turtles.
But it is really good though.
Yeah, I really like the old 90s movies still, so I don't know, but it was such a good movie. Anyways,
Yeah.
we're getting way ahead of ourselves. We get into the games that we've been playing. I've just playing that Stardew game when I can. That Stardew game. We downloaded the mod for the expanded version, SVE. Just gives you like extra. I thought it gave you like a huge whole other map, but for the most part, it seems like I've just got a few more characters and a bunch of other farms around me, which is weird.
Huh.
There's like a winery, and there was like 2 other farms I didn't really get to explore much, and I was like, oh,
Mhm.
there's competition in town now.
Interesting.
But I didn't get a whole lot of time to play with it. It just seems neat. LJ, what have you been playing?
Yeah. I actually did play a little bit of Stardew earlier in the week myself because I downloaded it last time we were talking about it, but
Yeah,
I've not
heck yeah.
played. I've not played a ton of it. I did start the ranch style farm, which gives you a chicken coop already, I guess.
yeah, saves you a ton of money.
I literally played like just a couple in-game days of it, and then just haven't been back to it because I got sick. But the game I do really want to talk about that I ended up grabbing is Another Crab's Treasure. This is the one that's been in like a lot of the Nintendo Directs
Oh
and
my
stuff
gosh,
like
Dark
that.
Souls crabs.
Yes, it very is much so a Dark Souls crab game. I started it on Game Pass for a little bit just to see, like, just to check it out, because I was like, either way, I'm gonna buy this. And then I was almost discouraged because they did that thing to where, like, you know, like you're gonna get the crab, they're gonna get the crab kicked out of you right away. They definitely don't shy away from the puns. That's why I threw that in there.
Nice.
So one of the first bosses you fight, I was like, okay, yeah, this is kind of tough. I may not get it. But then the other day, I was like, you know what? Either way, whether I play through this game or not, I want to support the devs because this is a cool game. I ended up grabbing it on my Steam Deck, and I think I've put in 4 or 5 hours into it at this point. It's really fun. It is a Dark Soul. It's very much a Souls-like. Don't let the cute tone fool you. They definitely go hard in the Souls kind of aesthetic at some point. It's fun though. It's really good. I guess I'm at a point where that formula has, even though I still struggle with it, that formula has clicked for me. So I understand the highs and the lows of it and all that. But it's super fun. I would maybe for those who don't who don't really want to play those games, I would recommend trying it on Game Pass, or I would check out maybe a YouTube playthrough or something, since I know that's a thing a lot of people do these days. So it's really good. Like, I would love an animated movie about it. Like, it makes me wonder if somebody watched that scene from Moana with like the crab, you know, the whole shiny song and everything, and is like, hey, we should we should make that into we should do like that into like that needs to be a boss or something in a video game or something. And so that's basically like, I feel like that's what this game is. It just reminds me of that scene in Moana. So
Cool.
The other thing I've gotten back into more to pass the times, I'm not really playing like Fortnite or anything like that these days. I got back into this because they did the thing where they unlocked all the seasonal stuff. Was Overwatch is the game I've got back into, and it's they've made some good changes that I'm like, again, I'm like, why did you guys even have to like do this before? You know, like, everybody is mad because the whole reason they created Overwatch 2 was for a PvE mode that they're not even doing anymore, which does suck. So I'll be playing Overwatch 2 here and there, at least until the Marvel thing comes out, because I think the closed test for the Marvel thing happens in like May, so that's coming up soon. So I won't be playing Overwatch for long, especially with multiverses coming back and everything. Like, there's going to be other things I'm going to play, but it's been fun to go back to this for a while, just to kind of pass the time and get the kill streaks and player of the game highlights and stuff like that. It felt good to be back, like, because I played so much Overwatch, like a couple years ago, and it was nice. So those are the things I've been playing.
Sweet. What about you, Shelley?
I played Rivals 2, baby, because the beta weekend was this weekend.
Oh yeah.
So they just had it open for this weekend, and I think they're going to have another beta weekend in May at some point, but this was sort of the first taste everybody's getting of Rivals 2, and it's definitely not a complete game yet. They don't have all the characters. They don't even have, like... I mean, I think they have all the mechanics, but they don't have... It's not all perfected, right? But I think they were trying to test online, and they were trying to, like, test certain things, see if there's bugs. There definitely are some bugs, but for the most part, super fun. Super fun.
Nice.
My boy Arcane is not yet in the game, but maybe by the next beta or the beta after that. We'll see.
I'd imagine that's going to go to like early access first, right? Like on Steam or something?
Maybe, probably. It's likely. I just don't naturally know what they're planning to do. But yeah, anybody who had a high enough tier with the Kickstarter was able to get access to this. So I played and actually went to a tournament. I went 1-2.
Nice.
So that was really fun. I was playing Maple, but there's some other fun characters. Like Lockstone's super fun. He's like this big elephant, and a lot of the classic characters are back. My husband plays Clarin. So very cool, very fun. I'm really excited for more. I'm really excited for the next beta weekend. Excited for it to be totally out and done. I mean, I think it is scheduled to be totally completely done by before the end of the year. I think.
Nice.
I think that's what people are saying, but I'm not sure. But yeah, that was really fun, really cool. It kind of just makes me not want to play Rivals 1. I mean, like, Rivals 1 is great, but Rivals 2 is just like also great.
That's the thing you're hyped for, yeah.
Totally. So, and it's just kind of like, oh man, we get this big taste this weekend, and then we don't get it for another month. Oh, tragic. But that's how it goes. We're lucky to have gotten any access at all. But that's basically all I really played was that this weekend.
Yes.
Cool. We will get into the gaming news then.
Yeah.
What's going on in the gaming news, LJ?
We're going to keep the fighting game news going.
Yeah.
EVO Japan happened this weekend, which a lot of discussion, especially about, like, because it's the first time Tekken 8 was really, like, showcased in a tournament. And there's actually, like, certain pro players that dominated in Tekken 7 that are, like, struggling with the new one, which is interesting. But that's kind of the biggest news, I'd say, for Tekken 8. They're getting a bunch of new features. They announced their next Fighter Pass character, which is Lydia. She was a really cool character I liked in Tekken 7. One of the more recent, like, additions to that last game. But I'm like, hey, cool, another character I can mess around with in main. So, like, I was happy that they brought that character back. It's getting a photo mode, which, like, I'm, like, one of, like, 5 people probably excited for. And a bunch of other cool new balances and features and stuff like that. So, I still play Tekken on the regular. That's just one of those games, like, I really don't talk about. I feel like I don't have to talk about it every week because no matter what, I'm always getting in a match or two, like, before work or, like, before bed or something. So, that's exciting. The game I talked about a few weeks ago called Garu City of the Wolves. It's a Fatal Fury sequel, I guess, like, third or fourth one, technically. The original game hasn't been out in a very long time, but there's a new one coming out. They revealed a character named Marco Rodriguez. The dude looks awesome. But he's a character that has not been seen in an SNK fighting game for 25 years. So I'm like, that's kind of rad.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's a long time. The game looks good. Like, just seeing more of this footage, I'm just like, yeah, like I've gotten a point to where, like, I'm getting interested because I see a lot of, like, indie fighting games get covered on, like, TikTok and stuff now. Then there's just these other ones that, like, don't get as much time in the sun as, like, a Street Fighter or Mortal Kombat or anything like that. So I'm pumped for this game. I'm gonna check it out when it comes out. And then speaking of Street Fighter, Akuma is finally coming in, I think, at the end of May. This is actually the last character for their first season. I had the opportunity to cover Street Fighter 6 last year, and I think I gave Tekken 8 the slight edge over Street Fighter 6, even though they're both amazing. But Akuma's, like, one of the big bads. Like, he's basically, like, the evil, like, the opposite side of, like, Ryu and Ken. Like, that dude's, he's a bad dude. He was, like, the bonus boss fight they always had in a bunch of the old games. But I'm excited he's back, because that was a character I got decent with in Street Fighter 5. So, I will be getting back to that game whenever he drops as well. So, A lot of good fighting games. There's been this big renaissance for fighting games recently, and I'm all for it. I'm about it. So
Yeah,
that's
sure.
it. That's gaming news.
Cool. We'll get into the movies then. I have not seen any movies this week, so let's get with you, LJ.
I watched The Beekeeper.
Nice. That's with,
how was it? I watched the trailer of The Beekeeper to laugh at it.
Jason
So
Statham.
Jason Statham, that's his name. Yep.
It's not bad. Like, it's not bad. Like I think, but like what that says is like you have to know what you're going into for action movies, like especially. With
I
Jason.
assume it's every other Jason Statham movie.
Yes. Like you could literally. He's this random dude with a mysterious past that gets caught up in some nonsense after something happens. That's like I've literally just described every like Jason Statham movie. Because one of my favorites from back in the day was Transporter 2. Like that was the first one of the first movies I'd really gotten into watching his stuff. It's definitely one of those things where it's like, oh yeah, he's part of some secret like government organization. It's actually like it's not bad. They do offer like an interesting like twist that kind of shakes things up a little bit like halfway through the movie. It's not bad. Like it's on sale right now for like under like $10 or something like that. And I was like, I could rent it for like $6, or I could just buy it for $10. Like this is a stupid movie that like I know like casual fans like my family and stuff will like rewatch. So I was like, why not? And I heard it was actually decent. So. It's good. It's fun. It's like again, you definitely need to go in expect like with low expectations. Like, don't expect some award-winning movie. Just expect that you're gonna watch some guy.
Is it on Netflix?
It's not on anything right now.
Okay, is it in theaters? How'd you see it?
I bought it. I watched it on digital.
Oh.
So it's on Vudu and like Amazon and stuff like that.
Right.
So it was on sale on Vudu because I'd actually been waiting for that movie to like. Get to a point where I could rent it at least, and I was like, oh, it's such a low price, I might as well just get it. I'm kind of a bad collector in that way. It's like, oh, if I see something low priced enough, especially a movie, I'm like, if I'm mildly interested in it, I'm probably just gonna buy it. So there's definitely places to watch it right now. So yeah, it's fun. Not much else to say there.
Yeah. And Shelley, what did you see?
I watched Dune 2. I did it.
Yay!
It's a good movie.
So
because that's on digital.
The second one better? Because me and LJ are split on it.
I like them both.
Okay.
That doesn't answer your question.
Yeah.
I don't know if I like one more than the other.
Okay.
I think they're both pretty good.
Yeah, they both are.
There's the first one's definitely a lot slower, but that doesn't mean it's worse.
That was what I said.
Interesting. I felt more invested, I guess, in the first one.
I liked
so much has happened in the second one.
A lot of the build up and stuff that was happening in the first one.
I guess that's what it was.
And
for
kind
me.
of the
like,
world building and setting things up. Yeah.
Kept me interested.
And the second one is like there's still some of that, but it's a lot more like things actively going on and things happening. I don't know. I like both.
Yeah.
I want the next one. Kind of how I'm feeling is I want the next one.
That's how I was after I finished the first
movie. Never
one.
felt finished. It just kind of ends, and you're like, "Oh, where's the next?"
It was like watching Spider-Verse. I'm like, give me the rest now.
Yeah, basically, you're like, oh well, I know what the next movie's about.
Give it to me.
So yeah, no, it's pretty neat. I like it a lot. I don't feel like I don't have much to say. I feel like everything's already been said about Dune 1 and 2. I don't really think I have any
we've been talking about
groundbreaking opinions. It's just like, oh yeah, that's a good movie. It's cinema. Some of the shots are so cool.
We don't get
characters are really are great. I like the characters
days.
a lot. Yeah. Yeah. Interested in the next one for sure.
Yeah. All right. Well, we will get into the movie news then. You can tell we're all a little sleepy today. We were just like running through these.
Yeah,
I know.
Well, yeah.
There's not much we did, and there's not much to talk about either. We only have a couple news pieces for movies.
I was MIA for two days last week, so like that's why I'm just like, it feels like I've done nothing, but you know. Like...
Yeah, that's fine. Well, we have a trailer for Mufasa. It's like Mufasa, the Lion King. It's funny because he becomes the Lion King, and it feels so unnecessary, but at the same time, it feels less unnecessary than the original live action Lion King.
Like,
I was
this
almost gonna say
actually
original
looks-
Lion King, but that was
this actually
not what
looks
it meant.
decent. Like, it looks like, I'm like, huh. Like, I hate that I'm kind of interested in like watching it.
Yeah, no, I mean it's something. Again, I don't know. It's like the Transformers origin
Yeah,
story
we were
where it's
just
like
talking
no
about
one
that last week.
wondered about this, no one asked about this, but maybe people will go watch it. And to be fair, I will always take something like this, like actual original story,
Mhm.
over trying to live remake another animated movie. Like, I may not want to go watch this myself, but I support the direction that it's taking. I'd way rather we have prequels, sequels, whatever around Disney properties
It
rather
feels
than
like
just
this is
straight
the
up
original
remake.
concept that like they wanted for these live action movies before they just started becoming like one-to-one creations.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like, it makes me think like, oh, because I heard that they're gonna do the live action Hercules. Ha ha ha. Well, maybe instead do the same prequel treatment where it's like about Zeus and Hades,
Mhm.
and it's kind of like showing off their relationship before Hercules is born. I don't know. You could do
Yeah.
something like that. I think there's the opportunities there. It's slim because I'll be honest, I still don't care about it, but it's there. And I do like the idea behind kind of how they're trying to tell the story. Like, I heard that's supposed to be kind of like Simba and Kiara, Simba and Nala trying to tell their daughter Kiara about it, which for me, I think it's just biased because I'm such a big Lion King 2 fan.
I do.
It's
like
not
Lion
a great
King 2 as
movie,
well.
but I
really
grew
do.
up with that. I watched that movie just as often as the original Lion King. So
Yep.
for me, it's like I do still really love Lion
I
King
do
2. I
too.
think it's underrated. I think people just hate it because it's a sequel, and I think it's actually there's some merit. There's some.
I think I think that one might have actually came to theaters instead of straight to video.
Maybe, I don't know.
It may have.
Remember, but I like it. I think it's neat.
New original
And
songs too. I guess
so-
Lin-Manuel Miranda is supposed to be doing original music for this.
See, that's what I'm like. I
But-
makes
but
you
also-
not interested.
but also-
I'm
also-
not the biggest fan.
Dude is kind of played out, I guess. Like Disney's been, yeah.
Milking him or something. I don't know what it is. They like keep him trapped in a basement or something.
Yeah.
I'm not sure, but
Which is
it's
interesting
weird.
because
So
he didn't even do music for like Moana 2, I guess, and he did music for the first one, I think. It's weird.
yes, no, and he's still a really good songwriter in some ways. I think he's just gotten. It's like the Waika Waititi Taika with oh my gosh Taika Waititi. Can I say his name correctly? I hope everyone knows what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Thor director.
Because even his style is kind of played out now. He's always...
Because I think it's the same thing where it's like once it's fresh and new, it's really exciting, but then you keep doing the same thing over and over, and everyone's like, "I'm tired of this, Grandpa." Well, that's too bad.
says Disney when they hire Lin-Manuel Miranda.
Basically. So I
And
don't know. Someone else go watch this movie and tell me how it is, and if it's like worth.
I'm interested. I genuinely
Okay.
am.
And I'll hear your review.
It also makes me want to go back and watch like the Jungle Book live action again.
Oh
I'm like,
yeah.
I'd rather it have been Lion King 1.5.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
It was riff
Guys,
with
can we talk
Seth
about
Rogen would be amazing.
how in this trailer? That's a probably good point. Timon and Pumbaa are in this trailer.
Yeah.
Why?
It makes no sense.
So apparently,
Why?
there's gonna be, like,
Are you trying to
Flash.
rewrite the canon that is Lion King 1.5?
Watch it be one and a
Excuse me?
half and
Yeah.
like a sequel, and like watch it be like a weird like one take on 1.5 or something. Like, it'd be funny.
I don't know, man. I just
That'd be a twist. That'd be
I
a
don't
fun
know. Like there is some interest in like, oh, Mufasa, he wasn't royal blood. How did he become king? I guess there's some like, ooh, like what's the story behind that? Interesting thing. But then why do they get so invested in like why Simba has to be the next prince? He ran away.
I think-
You know what I mean?
I think Disney is like with the Timon and Pumbaa thing too. It's like DC having to include like the Joker and everything. You know, that's like Batman related. You know, so it's like
They're only
oh,
gonna
it's-
give us
it's-
money if their favorite characters are in, so we gotta put in their favorite
it's Lion
characters.
King. Or like Star Wars, it's like, oh, you have to put a comic relief in there, even if it's not a droid. We're gonna make Jar Jar, or like something like that. But it's like Timon and Pumbaa. They're like, if we don't have them, we're not gonna make money.
They're iconic.
Right.
Anyway, so there's that. The movie I'm actually excited to watch is Sonic the Hedgehog 3.
I'm so excited.
And
yes.
like every time we hear more news about it, I get more excited because we last week we talked about Shadow being voiced by Keanu Reeves, which is just a great choice. So now there's an interview with the producer, and he has talked about how much inspiration he got from Sonic Adventure 2 for this, which makes perfect sense because, Shadow. And I think they did confirm that at least a rendition of Live and Learn is going to be in the movie, which is like, I feel like I'm going to start like crying in the theater. I feel like I'm that stupid Sonic fan. I feel like I'm going to get emotional.
They really follow like what the fans want. Like they really know their audience.
Mm-hmm.
It's like,
I feel like if you introduced Shadow, but it wasn't Shadow's story, everyone would be like, why?
Yeah, no, I think that'd be really cool. I like the idea that we have still Jim Carrey's Dr. Eggman, and he's like create Shadow or his dad or whatever. I think it was his grandpa in the original Dr. Robotnik. I think it was his grandpa or his father or something. But
he's like, wow, he was truly
such
Gerald.
Yeah, I just think that's like a cool, like we could bring that back where like will Maria be in it? Will we see a Maria? Will we see? Yeah, I can't
wait to hear Keanu Reeves say Maria.
Maria. So
you can just hear it.
I'm really excited. What if we see a Chow? Oh my gosh, what if we see a Chow? Like,
that would be cool.
That would be interesting.
Come on. So
I want Knuckles just the entire time. I know he's got a job in the game, but just be babysitting a Chow the whole time. I feel like him trying to dad this little Chow would be wonderful.
That'd be really precious.
What's the adult who give him something to do?
Tom
Marston?
Yeah. Donut Lord.
Yeah, he would make a lot of sense.
Nobody remembers his name.
Just be given a Chow the whole movie, and then it not really be about him, but it'll just cut to him.
That's just Cyclops. Like, he doesn't have an actual character name or anything.
Yeah.
Just cut to him having this chaotic little bean running around.
I love that. It's like the it's like in Incredibles 2, the Jack scenes.
Oh yes, that would be great.
Yeah.
Where it's like, do they progress the plot? Maybe a little bit. They're mostly just fun, but we love to see it. And we all want to see. It'd be crazy if they opened with this, but we all want to see Escape from the City.
You have to open the movie with Sonic being hunted because they think he's Shadow.
I think they have to. That'd be so good. Anyway, I'm excited for Sonic 3, and I haven't been excited about a lot of movies recently, so that's exciting. Well, I guess I was really excited about Hundreds of Beavers.
I still need.
Everyone go watch Hundreds of Beavers.
That the other day instead of Beekeeper.
All right, next time you can watch it.
Yeah,
Hundreds of Beavers. But that's our movie news.
Cool. We'll get into TV then. A couple of shows. I'm still watching Frieren very slowly.
Nice.
Frieren is, I can't recommend it enough. It's so good so far.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I'm really loving that show.
Good.
And then the other
How long is it?
Shogun. I think it's a full season, so it's like 24 episodes, I think.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if it's all out yet. I think it is, though.
Gotcha.
Dub, but it's solid. It's very Violet Evergarden to me, and I don't know how many other people will make that connection. But
and I liked Violet Evergarden, so yeah, I can.
Yeah,
I'm down with that for sure.
Any anime that's like an essay on humanity, I want it. But the other thing that I've been watching is Shogun. The finale came out.
Yeah, nice.
Finished with it. That show, man,
I need to catch up.
Is perfect. I really don't want to give anything away, but like, it doesn't end.
I didn't expect it to end well. Like when I started it, I'm like, I already know this is not gonna like go.
Really?
Well. At least that's what I expect. I don't know if that's how it happens.
it is what's really interesting is I don't know how many people will enjoy like the fact that the way that it ends is not traditional to like Hollywood TV.
Because you expect
and I don't
another
wanna say-
season.
Yeah, and I don't want to say more than that on that aspect. I
See-
think the ending is, I'll say, quieter than
Okay.
most people will be used to.
See, that's like a short anime. Like short animes are just like, really good. You know, like a TV show that only has 1 or 2 seasons, as long as you give it a finite ending, I think that's awesome. Like I think that sounds like it's going to be remembered because of like it being a limited series.
Mm-hmm. And I know it's a book, but I would love to get more shows like this with different subgenres, I guess. I think that it would be a really cool way for the directors kind of like continue with this. Because I agree with them that you probably don't need another season of this. But put me in another kingdom, in another era, and it can be historical, that's fine. And then let me watch the chess match take place.
Yeah.
And it's just so cool to see all the pieces kind of just fall together.
I'm sure there's a lot of historical fiction out there like that you could totally like take from too. Like there's a book I remember reading in like middle school or something about like a samurai or something like that, and I'm like, oh, this wasn't the book I read, but like I've always wanted to read that book again. Maybe they could make that into a show, you know, and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like, so
for those who don't know what the movie is, it is rated M. It's rated mature. But it is like I guess feudal Japan. Is that correct? Would that be? Or it's technically feudal.
Yeah, it is. It is
like an old school Japan.
Mm-hmm.
And so they're fighting for the throne, basically.
That's what got me into the weeds of the whole feudal Japan meaning was like the dates of everything. Like that's what got me. Like that's what got me invested in the historical stuff.
Yeah, it's what Game of Thrones could have been in a lot of ways, which is cool, especially for like a Fox TV show. But yeah, I will end with my favorite quote in it, and it doesn't give anything away, but it's such a good quote. Someone asks someone else, what's it like to be able to control the wind, bend the wind to your will? And he says, I don't control the wind, I just study it. And I was like, oh, it's so good.
Good line.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So I won't give any more, because if I start talking too much, I'll start giving everything away. Really,
I need to catch up
really
now that I'm not like
written show.
sick and brain dead. Like I'm gonna like catch up on it now.
That's what I've been watching.
Nice.
Yeah, definitely catch up if you can. And then Shelley, what have you been watching?
More Clone Wars, but I honestly don't think I have that much to say about it. I think we watched the episode where R2 went missing, and so they had to go find him, and Anakin's like, he's my droid, I gotta find him, rah. You know, and I'm just like,
I feel like there's
okay.
a lot of that in that show.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think I have much to say about it. I like the droids. It's just funny.
For sure.
Just the regular schmuck droids, just like talk and
There
shop
are
and
some
then
real good episodes.
get their head cut off. Like,
And honestly, those like there are some episodes that I definitely like still remember, and
mhm.
like those are kind of what makes the journey of like watching that show like better. Like because it is kind of slow burn at first, but there'll be your favorites for sure. Like I know there's gonna be you'll have a few.
Yeah, but yeah, no. Again, I don't really feel like I have much to say about it, but I'm watching it, so yeah.
Cool. And then LJ, what have you been watching?
Oh yeah, y'all reminded me too about X-Men. I don't have a lot to say about X-Men. It's progressing, definitely getting more interesting.
Mhm.
The thing I did watch, more Sonic related, is Knuckles. I watched an episode of that this morning before work
Ooh.
because I almost forgot it was out, and then I caught an episode of it. It's fun and stupid. I mean, that's what you expect when you watch one of these Sonic movies, and I think that's like totally okay. Watching Knuckles being Knuckles, like whenever you mention like if Knuckles like had to father like a Chow, you know, or something, or take care of a Chow, it makes me just think of like how he's so driven on like this like warrior like style, you know, just because that's how he is. Like,
Yeah.
it's like almost a detriment to like he's almost like a detriment to himself just because of like how like battle pilled he is. But it's so funny just because you get to watch Knuckles be Knuckles like in that first episode. it's dumb fun. Yeah, I don't really have much to say about it yet, but if you got Paramount Plus, it's definitely like, I think it's worth it. Like I don't know, like at the end of the day how much value it's gonna add to like the movies, but I don't think it necessarily needs to either. Like you're just getting more Idris Elba as Knuckles, and it's like, if that's all you want, then this is totally that.
Nice.
So not a lot to say there.
We'll get into the TV news then. A couple of things. First off, The Witcher had a spin-off show that I don't even remember them. I don't remember us announcing ever or talking about, but it was called The Rats. And if you watched The Witcher, then the Rats were the group that Ciri kind of finds herself hanging out with for a while in the last season. And like, I guess, okay. I don't know if some people are upset about it or not. I feel like they really kind of just took this Witcher franchise and ruined it. Butchered it. I gotta use the pun. Butchered it like Blaviken.
Oh my gosh.
But I mean, I don't know. I was so excited for this Witcher stuff.
Didn't they do like a prequel series that kind of bombed?
Yeah. They did some animated stuff. I would be down for some more animated stuff.
The live action thing that came out looked kind of good, but I'm like, it didn't look like The Witcher at all. Like, and I'm like, oh, that looks fun, but not because it's like looks like The Witcher.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that they really kind of just the decisions that they made ended up just not being great decisions. But they were chances, and I don't want to discount them for that. I mean, they were definitely taking risks that I think just didn't pan out.
Definitely didn't be it wasn't as big as Netflix wanted it to be, I think, especially after the first season.
Yeah. The Rats, that's not a show that I felt like I needed at all. It was a prequel series to how we got them, and like literally would be The Witcher without The Witcher, a Witcher.
Yeah.
So that's a weird thing too. Yeah. Odd concepts. I just want more Henry Cavill, and I'm sad he's gone. I think that's what it is. We're all salty. Something that is getting a spinoff that's kind of exciting is the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem has got a new show called
good.
Tales of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
I saw a commercial for it on a streaming service this morning when I was watching Knuckles.
Nice.
That feels weird to say.
That makes sense. Paramount. Same voices as the movie. I think that's pretty cool. It looks like a lot of fun. Not too much to add to that. It's really weird to me to see two different animation styles for the same show. Yeah. But it does kind of make sense. That they can't do the amazing Hollywood animations that they do for a movie. So, yeah, I think that's kind of all there is on that. Mm-hmm. You guys, anything else to add for TMNT?
Nope, just that I definitely feel like I gotta stay on the up and up on some of these lately, especially with my nephew. Like, he'll talk to me about stuff like that happened on Sonic Prime, and I'm just like, on Netflix, I'm just like, I have no idea, dude. But like, I feel like Knuckles and TMNT are the ones like I definitely am gonna stay up on. So yeah, that's my role now.
Well, we crushed this podcast. You wanted your news quick this week. We did it.
Yeah, took it easy this week. Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, I would rather us get an episode out than none at all. Right. That was awesome. Plus, a little bit easier, a little bit quicker of a drive today. Mm-hmm. Are we geeking out about anything else this week?
Nope, that's it.
Oh.
All right. Well, in that case, Shelley, where can they find you at?
You can find me on Twitter at TheShellShock24.
No one probably ever notices, but I try to introduce Shelley or LJ on the top of the show, and then I flip it for the end. And then I try to flip those, and so that was my hook up there. LJ, where do they find you at?
You can find me on Instagram and Twitter under LJ the Paladin.
Awesome. You can find me on Instagram at Cody Armour. Keep gaming, keep praying, and God bless.
Bye-bye.
Peace.
We hope you enjoyed this episode of the Geeks Under Grace podcast. We love hearing from you, so feel free to ask us questions or just comment on the show by using the hashtag GUGcast on Twitter, or by joining the GUGcast questions channel in the Geeks Under Grace Discord. If you like this episode, consider leaving a review or rating of our show on your favorite podcast app. If you want even more Geeks Under Grace, you can always go to geeksundergrace.com. We love you all so much, so thank you for listening.